Good morning. You're listening to WIFO FM Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio, 105.5 FM. It is now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by O'Quinn & Associates, Murphy Builder Supply, Van's Barbecue, and First Southern Bank.
Are you looking for an insurance company that you can call and talk to a live person? Are you looking for an insurance company where you can walk in and talk to an agent? Are you looking for an insurance company that offers multiple companies so they can try and get you the best rate? If you said yes to any of these, then you need to call or come by O'Quinn & Associates Insurance Financial Services. We offer multiple companies so we can find the best fit for you. Give us a call at 385-1000 or stop by our office at 212 South Fair Street right here in Jesup.
Since 1946, Murphy's Builder Supply has been serving the folks of Jesup, Wayne, and surrounding counties with quality products and knowledgeable service. Matter of fact, they feel they sell service first to make sure you get exactly what you need for your home improvement projects. And with each employee at Murphy's being there for 10 years or more, you know you're talking with someone with the experience to help you with building supplies, tools, paint, and all the things you need from a full-service hardware store. The best choice in home improvement is Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jesup.
When it comes to barbecue, Van's Barbecue in Jesup is the place to be. A small family-owned business located at 1876 on the Savannah Highway. Van's Barbecue has lunch and dinner specials. Stop by or call to make an order. The number to call, 427-3358. Van's Barbecue's new manager is Sarah Van. Van's Barbecue offers potato salad, coleslaw, baked beans, and don't forget their delicious mac and cheese. Also, check out their shrimp plates, the best in town. Yes, when it comes to the barbecue, head to Van's Barbecue, locally owned and operated. Stop by and tell them the Big Dog sent you. Once again, the number to order, 427-3358.
Hi, I'm Raymond Brown.
And I'm Mandy Yeomans. At First Southern Bank, our customers are like family. As a locally owned community bank, we're dedicated to helping our clients succeed.
We have loans for every need, whether it's personal or business. We have lines of credit, auto loans, equipment loans, and of course, we offer mortgages. Stop by our bank or call us at 912-588-1010 and see how First Southern Bank can help you.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
The following is an exclusive presentation of Jesup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
The world-famous Butch and Bob Show.
World-famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO. 105.5 FM, Big Dog Country Radio. Here we are on a Tuesday morning. It is the third day of January 2023. Bob, our very first Butch and Bob show for the new year. Got to set the bar high, right?
New Year is here.
New Year's is here, 2023. And you were able to watch Georgia play and win Saturday night, going from 2022 into 2023. Is that correct?
It's a wild game.
Wild game. What about the 13 points you said that Ohio State was going to score? What happened there?
Ohio State came to play. Georgia's defense didn't have any answer for their offense for some reason. I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on with the Georgia defense. They gave up all those passing yards against LSU, and they gave all those passing yards against Ohio State. So something's going on with the defense, but I'm not sure what. But they couldn't cover Marvin Harrison. Thank goodness he got hurt. Had to leave the game. Tight end got hurt. Had to leave the game. But Ohio State had the game won. I don't know why they went conservative after they got it down into, they were throwing all over the place, and all of a sudden they run a couple of plays, line up for a field goal, and missed a field goal. So thank you, Coach Day, for choking at the end.
Thank you very much. Coaches do that all the time.
I was sitting next to a guy from Ohio State, and there was 8 minutes to go in the game. I looked at him, I said, look, we still got time to win the game, but we don't deserve to win the game. I mean, we're just in,
the team that scores the most points wins. We missed 2 field goals. We could have had 6 more points.
That was uncharacteristic, too. I don't understand what's going on there, but thankfully, Stetson Bennett came through. They said the mailman delivered again. When it comes crunch time, in these college playoff games, he continues. Saw Brian Francis. He got another MVP trophy. I said, does he got big enough trophy room for all those trophies?
We'll build another room.
They say he's building a new house. So he'll have plenty of room for all those trophies. But the mailman, 398 yards. Just phenomenal. But,
we passed it a lot. They passed it a lot. It was 2 great offenses out there. But where did Georgia's defense go?
That's what I'm saying. We're the last couple
2 games of just tons of
and TCU.
And now we got TCU coming up with their high-powered offense.
They can fling it, and that Max Duggan, he's a heck of a quarterback. So I just really surprised. I thought, Kirby would shore up that defensive secondary, but, we had no answer for the Ohio State's passing game. They were just flying up and down the field.
Well, hopefully the coaches will take a look at the film.
Right before halftime, Georgia goes down and takes a 3-point lead with the field goal. There's only a minute 49 left to go in the game, and 4 plays later, Ohio State's in the end zone. I was like, what's going on? I was just shaking my head the whole night saying, I don't know if we're going to be able to hang on or not. But fortunately, that kick went wide left.
Well, hopefully our Kirby, being a defensive-minded person, and our defense will figure out what is going on with our defense. Why are we allowing these guys? Apparently the coaches from Ohio State saw something that they could exploit in our secondary and did a great job of doing it.
Even Herbstreit said best. C.J. Stroud didn't play like that all year. He played out of his mind.
He played way above his level.
They said they hadn't seen that all year from C.J. Stroud, but that kid was phenomenal.
Is he going into the draft this year?
They said he'll probably be the second quarterback taken. But I'll tell you, class act, too, after the game. I really enjoyed his interview after the ball game. He just said he was blessed to be there, didn't make any excuses, just gave Georgia credit for pulling out the victory and seemed like a real good kid. Kirby talked about he recruited the kid. He lived in California. And Kirby said he went out to California to recruit him, and he did return the favor. He came to the University of Georgia campus. Kirby says anytime you get on campus, you think you had a good shot to get him. But, of course, Ohio State got him. But heck of an athlete. I don't know how he didn't win the Heisman, but I'm telling you, he played lights out. Their offense was lights out all game long. But Georgia's just fortunate to get out there to win.
Georgia's offense was lights out. We scored more points than they did.
They were resilient, never gave up, played to the end. But, when they line up and kick that field, the guy just kicked a 48-yard field goal not long ago. I looked at the guy next to me. I said, "What's your field goal kicker like?" He said, "He's only missed 2 all year." I said, "Okay, here we go." And there's a little kid, Ohio State. He was jumping up and down. I said, "Hey, you're in the Georgia Dome. Remember, there's the Georgia ghost. He's fixing to miss this field goal." And went wide left. He looked at me. I think he still believes there's ghosts in that stadium. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
it was exciting. I know that, but it was amazing to watch the TikTok video that showed the ball dropping the same time as the kick went wide left.
Isn't that something?
At 12 midnight.
Right at 12 midnight.
That's kind of crazy.
Yes, sir. Yeah, no Cinderella ending for Ohio State.
But it was a great time. Great atmosphere. Had good seats. So I had a good time. It was a nice celebration. Nice way to ring in the new year with Georgia had a chance to win back-to-back national championships.
Now we take on TCU. It looked like that was.
I did pick TCU to upset Michigan.
You did pick TCU to beat Michigan. Yeah, you did. I was going to give you credit there, Bob.
Nobody else did.
You picked TCU to beat Michigan because of their offense.
That's right. I said they had team speed.
They had the speed. Either you got it, or you're chasing it.
I tell you, Michigan. They looked like they had the better team, but TCU put on a great show. Those were 2 great games.
They were 2 great games on Saturday. You could.
If you enjoyed college football, that was fun to watch. There's 2 exciting games. There wasn't no defense playing either game.
I know. Defenses didn't show up.
It was all up and down the field with the offense, but it was exciting. That's for sure.
Yes, sir.
But Georgia listed as a 13-point favorite.
13-point favorite. Well, they're going to short up that secondary a little bit to be able to do that.
Scary. I'm telling you, TCU can fling it, so they better shore it up. But they better do something. But
okay.
It'll be fun to watch.
Boy, it's going to be great. Georgia winning 2 national champs. That'd be fantastic. But we'll see what happens. We'll be talking about 1 week from this morning what happened, because it's next Monday night
Monday night.
Wherever it's being played.
They play these games on Monday night, though. It's hard to get together.
Hard to get together on Monday night.
Yeah, it's just so
it's like
late.
Monday Night Football. Yeah.
No, it's just such a late game, though.
Yeah.
But why don't they play on a Saturday?
I have no idea. I guess because you have a bigger crowd, TV crowd on a Monday night.
You think so?
Oh, well, yeah, I'm positive. Saturday night is the least viewing night of the entire week.
Why's that?
Next to Friday. Sunday's the biggest. Monday's the second biggest. Yeah.
I know they don't want to compete with NFL football on Sunday, but I know they played on Saturday. College football is supposed to be played on Saturday.
I have no idea at all.
Saturday afternoon would be a nice time to play it, but
Saturday evening would be a good time to play it. Not night, not afternoon, but evening. But they put it on a Monday night for some reason, and they figured they got more of a captive audience there for higher ratings. And so we'll see what happens next Monday night. Are they playing it is it L.A. or Phoenix?
Los Angeles.
Phoenix, SoFi Stadium?
It's that new L.A. stadium that the Chargers playing.
Chargers and the Rams play there.
Beautiful facility.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Yeah. It's a gorgeous facility, brand new. The Rams and the Chargers play at SoFi Stadium. And so go Dogs. Hopefully they'll have a big old victory next Monday night there in California.
Be the first back-to-back national championships since Alabama did it back in 2011, 2012. So, I mean, it's been a while. It's hard to
and
do.
I think this is what I understand. This is the first time back-to-back in the playoffs since they've had playoffs. But I think in Alabama did it about 10 years ago.
Kirby said it yesterday. It's tough. It's tough to repeat. I mean, everybody's gunning for you.
Everybody's gunning for you every single game.
But hats off to Ohio State. They played their tails off. It was a great game.
Yeah. And I know Michigan's got to be feeling it today because they were favored and lose to TCU. But, TCU did what they had to do and won.
And they say Harbaugh's leaving Michigan, going to the NFL. So, very interesting to see where he goes.
Well, they say that Denver's really trying to get him, so we'll see.
He's from Indian. He played Indianapolis. He's in the Ring of
Honor
there.
Yeah, he might go to Indy.
That'd be the logical place for him.
Get rid of the broadcaster and put in a real coach.
But they did say Denver's owner got more money than anybody. So sometimes it's always about the money. So
it's always about the money. You know that.
But Desmond Howard said, he's a Michigan grad. He said that he's going to stay at Michigan, but everybody else is reporting he's leaving. So
we'll see.
Time will tell.
Yeah. Only Harbaugh knows.
But the Big Ten's now 1-7 in playoff games.
1-7.
1-7
in playoff games because both of them lost. Ohio State lost and Michigan
lost.
Way
to go, Big Ten. Way to show up.
So, all right. Well,
1-7.
Go Dogs. Next Monday night, got to put a whipping on TCU. Won by 13 or more.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
I'm sure the mailman will be ready.
Be ready. Wouldn't that be something? Back-to-back champs.
Yeah. It'll be good.
Boy, that was a scary situation last night in the Cincinnati-Buffalo game. I mean, geez. Brought back memories of what happened here in Wayne County, but they're on a national level.
Brought back memories of Ryan Shazier, the Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker that was paralyzed, and he's back walking, but he had to go through a lot of years of therapy and all that into his NFL career. But they said thoughts and prayers with that poor kid out of the University of Pittsburgh, 24 years of age.
His heart just stopped beating. He got hit, and it just got out of sync and stopped.
I mean, players.
That's happened in sports before.
Yeah, players were just, you just tell the emotion last night, a lot of tears, a lot of prayers, just they couldn't continue that game. I mean, they just, NFL stepped in and said.
After going to the locker room for an hour, they decided just to stop it. I don't know what to do.
No question
About are they going to make it a tie or are they going to reschedule? How do you do that? They both got games this weekend.
I don't think anybody's accepting a tie, so I don't know when they're going to play it. But
when will they play it?
I don't know.
Because you got next week, you got this coming weekend into the regular season, and the following weekend is the first round of the playoffs. When do you put it in there?
I have no idea. Maybe you play it next Tuesday or Monday. I don't know. I don't know when you play it, but the NFL is going to make a decision because it affects the standings and who's got the number one seed, who doesn't have the number one seed, who gets in, who gets out. So Jaguars play Saturday night. They move their game to Saturday. If they win that game, they win the division.
That's right.
The playoffs. So
Jacksonville on Saturday night this week at Jacksonville. Winner of that game hosts the first round of playoffs, 4th seed.
My Steelers are still alive. I like it.
And the thing about it is not only are they still alive, the two teams they have to have lose are playing teams that are favored to win.
Right. You got to beat Cleveland though. They got to beat Deshaun Watson, and we never have a good game against Nick Chubb. So if we don't stop Nick Chubb, we're not going to win. But at least we got a shot. Tomlin's got a chance to continue his streak of never having a losing season. He's got 15 straight years of non-losing seasons. So they're 8-8 right now. So they go to 9-8, they could get in. So. I like it. I like my quarterback, Kenny Pickett. That second week in a row where he's driven the team down 80 yards for the winning score. So I got me a quarterback. That kid can play. I like him.
Well, as somebody reported yesterday, the two old geezers, they're going to make it into the playoffs. I just love it when people say old geezer as a person in his upper 30s and mid 40s. I mean, geez, that's young to you and me. But Brady's already in the playoffs, and Green Bay, I believe, has made it to the playoffs, or will make it to the playoffs if they win this coming Sunday.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, they win their end. So
yeah, they win the end this coming Sunday or weekend, whatever day they play.
It's hard to beat those guys. Those guys are good quarterbacks.
When you're 68 years old and a person's 45 and 38, 30, whatever Aaron Rodgers is, that's not old geezer. Nobody in their 30s an old geezer. Nobody in their 40s an old geezer. But I guess in football years, they are.
They whipped up on Minnesota this past weekend, but special teams was a big part of it. So. But again, it's going to be interesting what the NFL does with this game last night, because that game has to be played eventually. But I mean, the window time, I don't know what they're going to do. It's going to be interesting to see how they handle that situation.
Yeah, I'm sure they're talking about it today. You got to talk to the GMs of each, or owners, either one of each football team, probably GMs, and try to figure out what they can do. I mean, where do you put it in? Where do you put it in? Do you play like on a Thursday night or Friday night and come back and play the following Sunday? Or, I mean, what do you do?
I have no idea. I just know that was a scary situation. I said they hadn't re-shown it. I'm not sure you've seen it on YouTube, but I mean, it really doesn't look like that vicious of a hit. He comes in and makes the tackle.
No, it was a routine hit. Nothing to see here is what they say.
Then he goes right down.
But it's just one of those where I was, hearing something on Fox Sports this morning coming in that this happened to a hockey player a few years back, where if you get hit just right in a certain way for certain people in their chest, it can cause their heart to stop or skip a bit, something like that. His basically stopped, and that's what happened last night. Sometimes you don't know medical conditions that people have. It don't show up until something like this happens.
Thankfully, like Mike said, just like the situation here in Wayne County, the medical staff was right there on the field, so they were able to get there immediately and administer CPR, get him in an ambulance, and get him to the hospital quickly. But he still remains in critical condition, so just keep your fingers crossed. Hopefully he has a speedy recovery. But it'll be a scary thing for his family, and but like I said, you just see the emotion for his teammates. I mean, they were having a hard time together.
Yeah.
It was tough.
It's tough. They said that when you saw the trainers run out on the field, you're looking for a knee, you're looking for out of breath, you're looking for something like that, and they said that you could see it on their faces as soon as they looked at them. And that's the reason why they immediately called the paramedics over to get them to do what they needed to do to give him CPR to get his heart back beating. And we wish him the best recovery and quick recovery there. And but that's just a scary situation last night. But that's what happened. That happens in sports. You just never can tell. How many marathoners have we heard over the past 20, 30, 40 years that have been running marathons and just drop? Because they had a medical condition that they didn't know they had.
One thing I haven't heard is that the first time a game's been suspended like that. I mean, I don't recall a game just being called off due to an injury. I mean, I'm just first time I've ever seen anything like that. But
I don't know.
I understand they made the right call, but I was thinking and trying to figure out if that's ever happened before, but I don't recall it happening before. So
I don't know. I have no idea whether one's been canceled before or not because of something like this.
And I can't recall one. So, but they never did say if that was the first time it's ever happened. So, but everybody's in total agreement. That was a good thing. Like I said, the Players Association was in agreement. NFL was in agreement. Everybody was on the same page that just this game can't be played. So,
right.
All those fans hit it home. So, I wonder if they get a ticket voucher for when they reschedule it, or how that works.
I don't know how that works.
Did they refund the money? How's that work?
I have no idea. Everything being done so electronically these days, I guess, you can just show back up and show your smartphone again and saying I was in the game. I want to be in the next game. Whenever if they, I don't know what they're going to do with it. And I'm sure they may not know. If they do, they haven't made an announcement yet. It's just this just happens in sports. People get injured and things like this happen.
I know it's going to be played. The question is when they're going to play it.
Right.
It'll be played. It's got to be played. I said it affects the standings.
Oh yeah. It's
affects the seedings. Affects
everything.
So
yeah,
they got to play it. So, but the countdown's on the way to big Monday night, January 9th. TCU Hornets. Man, could you imagine? They weren't even ranked in the top 25. They were like
who's that?
TCU.
TCU, right at the beginning of the season.
They're like 200 to 1 odds.
Right. If you'd have put some money on them at the beginning of the season, you'd be rolling in the dough.
You got that ticket. You're pretty good. Sonny Dykes in his first year as head coach. What a job he's done.
Right, he sure has.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
but I like their quarterback. Like I said, he's a gamer. Just likes to. I mean, he just wins. That's what's scary about him. I said he finds a way to win games. I mean, I went through the regular. I mean, I can remember the regular season. Every weekend they were predicting TCU to lose, and every weekend they'd win. They'd find a way. So.
I know they'd always find a way. They're at the end. I mean, how many close games do they have where they've had to come back at the end and win like that?
Man, that's a funny story. Like I said, Joe Roddy, his daughter graduated from TCU, and like with 4 games left, she kept telling Joe, Daddy, they're going to the playoffs. And Joe kept saying, they're not going to the playoffs. They're not going to the playoffs. She said, Daddy, they're going to go to the playoffs. We're going to go. He said, if they make the playoffs, the whole family will go. And sure enough, TCU got in. The whole family went to Tempe, Arizona. Poor old Brad, they called Brad and said, Brad, you didn't get nothing for Christmas. Your Christmas gift's a ticket to Tempe, Arizona. He said, why is that, Daddy? He said, because we promised Alex we're going. So they all went to Tempe, had a good time.
Had a good time, huh?
Yeah.
So they go I guess they won't go to the national championship game, really. That's a lot of expense 2 weeks in the door.
Alex had to go back to work, and Joe came back to work. Joe says he's not going. So.
Yeah.
I think you have to make those plans in advance. I mean, it's hard now to make. I mean, you already had to have that.
Oh yeah.
Ticket or that trip plan.
Yeah.
If you're going to get out there.
I guess that was a big what people really thought that Michigan would win. And what about Tulane coming back there at the end and beating University of Southern Cal?
That was the best game of the day. I'm glad USC lost.
Yeah.
That quarterback had no business winning the Heisman. You see what he does with his fingernails?
No, I didn't. I saw what he did with his fingernails.
I mean, it's supposed to be.
He shouldn't have won the Heisman.
He should have been disqualified from the get-go. They should have kicked him out.
It's just amazing they didn't.
I'm glad he lost. I'm so glad. I'm glad Tulane came back and won. It made my day. That was a good New Year's Day.
It looked like USC had the game in hand, and then boom, Tulane comes back and wins there and wins the last there against USC.
I loved it. The green wave of Tulane.
So a great weekend of football. The Falcons won, and of course the Jaguars won, and the Jaguars now have something to do they haven't done since the 2017-2018 season, and that's get into the playoffs, which they would. They went to the AFC Championship game that year and lost to New England. I didn't realize it was just back in 2017-2018. I mean, I thought it was longer than that ago that they had been into the playoffs and that far in the playoffs. But the year of the season of 2017 going into 2018, they got to the AFC Championship game and lost against New England. They were one victory away from going to the Super Bowl.
I don't remember that.
And I was reading an article on it this morning.
Remember they were in
the 2017-2018 season.
I was at the championship game when they lost to Tennessee, and Tennessee went to the playoffs game, beat the Rams. But I don't remember Jaguars playing New England in the championship game.
Yeah. So I looked that up this morning and said, when was the last time they made it in the playoffs? And that was the article on it when they lost to New England. And I didn't think we'd had a decent team in that many years. Yeah, but apparently we did. And so go Jags. They'll play this Saturday. The game's been moved from Sunday to Saturday. They're in Jacksonville. It starts at 8:15. It'll be kickoff. 8:15 kickoff between the Jags and the Tennessee Titans. The winner of that game will host the first round of the playoffs. Will host.
Yeah, the winner of that game gets the division.
Yeah.
I think the loser's out.
Yeah, the loser's out, and the winner gets the host. And if just a few weeks ago, not just about 3 weeks ago, Jacksonville put a whipping on Tennessee. Tennessee's lost like 6 in a row now or something like that. They were hot, now they're cold. And that's what they were talking about on Fox NFL Sunday on Sunday was the fact you got to look at the teams that are hot right now. Teams that have gone into the playoffs with a losing record, which means they've won a division with a losing record, they've happened that 6 times in the last 30 years or something like that. And of the 6 times it's happened, 4 of them have won to move on to the second round. So just because they had a losing record going into the playoffs of hosting a division game against whoever it may be, they're 4-2, which is amazing that you get there. It doesn't matter what your record is once you get in the playoffs. It's just getting because everybody's 0-0 in the playoffs. Doesn't matter what your record is.
Starts over.
Yeah, it just starts all over again. So those teams with losing records that have gotten in the playoffs in the past 30, 40 years, something like that, 6 times in the last 40 years, 4-2. 4 of them have moved on, 2 of them didn't.
Yeah. Everybody wrote my Steelers off at 2-6. Now they got a chance to get in. So
yeah,
go Steelers.
I mean, you wouldn't just a few weeks ago. You wouldn't think Jacksonville had a chance. You didn't think Tampa Bay was going to have a chance. You didn't think Green Bay was going to have a chance.
Go Kenny Pickett. I'm excited. Just need Buffalo to beat New England, and I need the Jets to beat the Dolphins. So, and the Dolphins don't have a quarterback, so
no, they don't. They're down to third string once again.
Third string, yeah. So,
yeah, they've faded fast.
That'll be good. Pittsburgh in the playoffs, man, that'll be sweet. That'd be a nice New Year's start.
You'd like that, wouldn't you, there, Bob? It didn't seem that way just about 3-4 weeks ago. It seemed like they were dead and gone.
Everybody wrote them off. Every talking head said they had no chance, that Tom was going to have his first losing season. They're no good. Here they are on the verge of making the playoffs with Kenny Pickett. Man, he looks good. He threw some lasers Sunday in that game against the Ravens on that winning drive. I'm glad they got him. He was the number 1 pick for Pittsburgh in the last draft. He was the only quarterback taken in the first round, so I think they got a good one. The franchise.
It seems to be that way.
Franchise looks good.
Yeah,
he can play. But like I said, for the last 2 weeks against the Raiders and against the Ravens, they needed 80 yards and a touchdown, and he delivered. So that's a good sign for a franchise quarterback, kind of like Trevor Lawrence is doing. I mean, Trevor Lawrence is playing lights out. So Jaguars should have a good shot at getting that division and hosting that first-round playoff game.
Well, they're hosting at home. They're going to play a team that they soundly defeated just a few weeks ago in December, and so it'll be interesting to see how it all works out. But we'll have the game for you on our sister station, WLOP, 1370 AM The Buzz, Fox Sports Radio. And then, of course, the Falcons are out, but they did win this past weekend. They'll be taking on Tampa Bay this coming Sunday, a game that'll be heard right here on 105.5 FM. I think Tampa Bay will play their starters. I mean, they won the division.
I'm sure Brady will play. I mean, he just loves playing. I think that's all where they are playing the starters. I think they already announced that.
So
Tampa Bay's playing their starters.
Okay.
Got to stay fresh. I mean, it's hard to sit out and come back and get ready to go.
I guess you could play them the first half and let them sit out. It's just according to how the game's going and that kind of stuff. Kind of a call there that the coach has got to make. Do you play them? Do you don't play them? But they always, it's like Terry Bradshaw was saying on Sunday, if you're hot, you're one of those teams that gotten hot here at the end of the season. You didn't ease into the playoffs. You had to, every weekend was a playoff game for you because you had, you're hot there at the end of the season. You keep playing. You got to keep that chemistry. You got to keep it going. And I agree. All right, Bob, what else is going on? Anything at all?
County's got a meeting today.
Wayne County's got a meeting today. The county council's got a meeting.
Well, they do that on the regular agenda, so I'm surprised they're doing a special call meeting today. But they've called a special call meeting at 9:00 to elect the chairman and vice chairman for the year. So
is that the person that kind of set the agenda for the first meeting of the year or something like that? Next week?
But like I said, I've been here 40 years, and they normally elect the chairman and vice chairman at the first meeting of the year.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know why they're having a special call meeting, but so be it.
So be it. So they'll have that at 9:00 this morning, elect a new chairman and vice chair for the 2023 year, and we'll have a report on our local news.
Yeah, the city's got a meeting tonight.
City's meeting tonight?
City of Jesup,
right.
7:00.
See what they're going to be up to this evening as they get the business started for the city of Jesup for 2023. And as you mentioned in your local news, there are several new laws kicking into place today. Is that right? Or yesterday?
Yeah, New Year's. Yeah, New Year's always brings new laws.
July and New Year's. Yeah, that's when laws seem to kick in.
And the eggs and issues set for this Thursday. That'll be interesting. We'll get a preview from our legislators what's going to take place up there in Atlanta. And the line those up for the legislative session. So I guess Buddy will have Wednesday. We got Monday with the Meeks and Tuesday with Tillery. So we'll talk to Buddy Deloach about Wednesday or Thursday. Give him his option.
Give him his Wednesday. Yeah, well, Wednesday would be good, but it's totally up to him. But that's something that Blake and Bill and Stephen needs to talk to him about, saying, hey, this has been set up. He doesn't know the history of it and so forth. So hopefully they have mentioned it to him and said, this is something we've done with the local radio station. It's good. You'll get a lot of good press on it and keep your electorate informed about what you're doing and what's going on under the dome. It's great for any of them.
It's good for us. Like I said, they know what's going on up there. So it'll be an interesting year. But the governor's back for 4 more years, so it'll be interesting to see what all he gets done. Because, like I said, he's talking about another tax break for everybody. So looking forward to that being implemented. Always like getting money back.
Love those tax breaks.
Yeah. Show me the money.
Show me the money. All right. Well, anything else in your mind this morning, Bob?
That's about it.
All right. Well, have a good day. All right. The world famous Butch and Bob show right here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup is brought to you by O'Quinn and Associates, Murphy Builder Supply, Van's Barbecue, and First Southern Bank.